boys and girls. My name's Mrs. Lanning, and I'm so happy to welcome you back to Writers Workshop. So writers, you have been growing so much as fiction writers, and we know that fiction means make-believe, fiction, fake, pretend, and we've been having so much fun with this writing, even though we're only a few lessons in. And you friends have been working hard. You've been growing on working by yourself independently. So before we learn anything new today, I want you to think of all the ways that you have grown as a writer in this new unit. How have you grown as a writer from just last week or the week before? What have you gotten better at? In fact, let's do this. I want you to put up a finger and name something you've gotten better at and see if you can name something else. Maybe you've been adding details. You've been taking your character on new adventures. You've been telling the story step by step. You've been writing neatly. You've been adding your punctuation. Once you've done that, you can turn and tell a partner, or maybe you can turn and tell a stuffed animal or someone at home, all of those things that you have gotten better at, and list them on your fingers. It's so exciting to see how we have grown. And I can see all of your fingers going up as you realize all that you have grown and all that you have learned as a fiction writer, which means that you're getting right to work. You're starting stories of your own. You're creating those make-believe pretend characters, and you're creating trouble, stretching out that trouble, you're fixing the trouble, leaving your readers satisfied, and you're using everything you know to write more. And I know that you are writing lots of stories. So, boys and girls, today I want to teach you that sometimes when writers imagine a character that they really like, they stick with that one character for a while and they create more than one story about him or her. Fiction writers sometimes write what's called series. For example, maybe you're familiar with the series Dogman, right? So Dogman is a character that Dave Pilkey wrote and created, and he thought, you know what, I really like this Dogman character. And so instead of just writing one book and one adventure about Dogman, he decided to write multiple adventures and write multiple books about that character. And I bet, boys and girls, that you have a character that you've created that you are so proud of. You're already one step ahead. This work is very similar to what you did as a small moment writer. When you were writing small moments, you wrote so many stories, and you were the main character in all of them, right? Well, it's the same thing. Now you're going to be writing many stories, not just one, multiple stories about that one character you really like and enjoy, and you're going to take them on all sorts of different adventures. So now, you're writing a series of adventures about your character. So once again, we're thinking of that one character that we're so proud of, that we really like, and we want to take them on a bunch of adventures. And you can think of the series that you may want to write. Picture it. It may be an entire box set created by you, the famous author. This is probably how Star Wars got started, or Harry Potter. They pick that one character, they write the story, and realize, ooh, I can take this character on so many more adventures. So let's think of how to do this well. We want to write about one character, but we want to tell it across many books. So that's called a series. Like I said, it's got that one character, just like Dogman or Captain Underpants or Junie B. Jones. It has that same character, but there's many books about that character. It's not the same book. It's not the same Star Wars book over and over and over. No, it's that same Star Wars characters, but they're going on different adventures each time. Those are called series. So what do series writers do to come up with more than one story about their character that we could try also? Let's look at our story, Henry and Mudge. The author is Cynthia Ryland. And I want to think, what did she do to come up with more than one story about these characters? Well, I do know that Henry and Mudge are in every single book. Those are the characters that stay the same. Anytime we pick up a Henry and Mudge book, guess who's going to be in it? That's right, Henry and Mudge, the same characters. Cynthia Ryland, the author, she kept going with the same characters. But you know what I notice? It is not the same day in each of her books. Each book is like a new day, a new adventure. So Cynthia Ryland keeps having her characters start a new day or a new night, a new adventure in each of the stories. So when we look at this chart, how to write a series book, we can learn from Cynthia and see when we're writing a series, we want to use the same pretend characters. And remember, I challenge you to think of a character that you're really proud of that you've been writing about, and I want you to use that same pretend character across multiple stories. And just like we learned from Henry and Mudge, each book is going to start on a new day or a new night. It's going to be a brand new adventure. It's not going to be the same day, one long story. Each time one of my readers picks up one of my books with that great character, it's going to be a whole new day, a whole new adventure. So right now, I want you to think of maybe another series that you have read or you've watched on television that has the same character in it. If you can't think of one, you might brainstorm what you've seen around your classroom, at the library, and like I said, maybe what you've seen on TV. And you can give a thumbs up when you've thought of one. So once you've thought of one, I want you to think of a few episodes in this series or a few books and think, what do these series writers do to come up with more than one story about a character? And I can already hear how excited you are thinking about your favorite shows, your favorite characters, right? Some of you mentioned that we often get to know the characters' families or their friends. For example, just like Winnie the Pooh and his friend Roo, or Elephant and Piggy, we get to know the characters and their friends. And sometimes we see the character in the same place a lot of the time, and the character is sort of the same in different stories. So something series writers do is they might have things happen in the same place. So if I want to create a series writing about my character Gretchen, maybe I decide I always want to have her in the treehouse, and I'm going to have different adventures with Gretchen in the treehouse. We also talked about how they might include the same people or animals. We'll see their friends, their pets, brothers, or sisters. And we know, just as we said with Cynthia with Henry and Mudge, they start a new adventure each time, a new day. They write about different adventures in each story. And writers, you have already done this thinking. You've seen this on TV, you've read this in books, and writing a series is going to be so much fun because you can take that special character and go on all sorts of adventures. For example, I know some of you have read Junie B. Jones. Did you know that's a series? Yes, there's more than one Junie B. Jones book. And the author of Junie B. Jones takes us on different adventures in each book. There's many Star Wars series and Captain Underpants. There's more than one Captain Underpants books. There's a lot, right? Our authors take a character they really like and they write multiple books and adventures about that. And you get to do that too. So before you get started, I want you to make a quick plan as a writer. I want you to give yourself some orders about what you are going to do today. Here are some things you might think of. You can keep going with the same character. So maybe you think, ooh, I've already made a character that I really like and I'm going to write a new adventure about them. Or maybe you think, you know what? I'm ready to create this new character and I'm going to take them on multiple adventures, multiple books. And you can create that pretend character for a series that you're ready to start now. Or maybe you want to start a new character in series, but you've got to finish the story you're writing first. And that's okay too. And boys and girls, you friends know how to give yourselves directions. So before we go write, I want you to tell yourself, today I want to hear you. Today I will. Ooh, I hear lots of friends are either ready to start on a new series and they've picked their character. Some friends said that they're ready to create that character and write series, and others said they're still wrapping up a previous story. All right, writers, I can't wait to see what you come up with. It's your turn. Writers, go write.